Okay, so today we will be discussing NHL trade rumors. So we have a new trade rumor discussed between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Ottawa Senators. Now, the Pittsburgh Penguins, I'm just going to overview each team. The Pittsburgh Penguins have obviously had an extremely difficult start to their season, no doubt about it. And here's the thing. It seems to me that to be obviously true that they need to make some changes, right? They need to, honestly, I think Pittsburgh just needs to completely blow up their team. But they do have some pretty nice pieces on their roster, of the roster that I like. Obviously, the big dogs of Crosby and Malkin, they can still play, but they have not a lot of depth. Now, the Ottawa Senators have been reportedly interested in Marcus Pettersson. Now, this guy is actually pretty underrated. He actually can play a lot more than even I thought. I've been watching him a lot closer lately, and he can actually play pretty well, so it's no stranger as to why the Senators are interested in this player. He is only 28 years of age. He is a giant. He's like 6'5", and it makes a lot of sense that the Ottawa Senators would want a player like this in general. Now, here's the best part of it. They could use this player to play a lot of minutes and tough minutes in general. He plays about 22 minutes a night for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I mean, that's really, really, really impressive. This would be a huge get by them. And again, I don't know if the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to go full on fire sale here. I mean, we'll have to see where this season goes for them, but I mean, they might want to consider it. Now, it looks to me like when I look into it, he's 100% going to be traded because he is a UFA in 2025. And teams, obviously, as we all know, typically trade players that are going into UFA. Now, I don't envision the Ottawa Senators as a playoff team this year, but you never know, though. The Atlantic is a little bit more wide open than it has been, but their goalie has had a really tough start. They are 10-11-1, the Ottawa Senators, that is. They've scored 70 goals and 70 goals and 71 goals against. So they haven't been terrible offensively, but yes, they absolutely need more defense and pretty desperately, right? Now, they also need their goalie to, stop some more pucks. So again, they might say they need a defenseman, but Linus Ullmark needs to be better 100%. I mean, this is a guy that has been consistent his entire NHL career and has completely fallen off with the Ottawa Senators. Now, I understand you're going to say, well, it's probably the defense, and I get that. There is some argument to be made there. However, he needs to be better, and he is being paid like a top goalie, and that contract that he signed is questionable at best. I really don't know why the Ottawa Senators did that. I mean, there's no evidence that they're a competitive team, so why not just wait? I shouldn't be going too much on about Linus Ullmark, but alas, I do understand why they want to go after Pettersson. The Ottawa Senators, the Ottawa Senators really, really, really want to compete. There's simply no doubt about that, right? They want to compete. They want to be better. They have not been in the playoffs in a while, and again, like I've always said, man, when you have a team that has not made the playoffs in a while, a lot of the time it can get very, it's almost like every year you just don't expect to make the playoffs, right? When it comes to Pittsburgh, I'm really, like I've already said, I am really interested to see what is actually going to happen with this NHL franchise. I mean, they are an absolute shambles. Obviously, they're going to be trading Marcus Pettersson. Like, that's no doubt about it. He's a UFA in 2025, but I'm also interested to see what happens with, the big dogs. I understand that Sidney Crosby just re-signed, and I get it. Maybe I'm a little bit pie in the sky, but this is one thing that I would absolutely love to see. I mean, listen, The Pittsburgh Penguins have been trying to pretend that they're a competitive NHL franchise for a while, and it's very clear that they are not. This team is toast, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. They're done, and they are done. As for the Senators, I'm very interested to see what they do this season, because I want to kind of see if they are actually going to go for it, in terms of like not a cup, whatever, but really trying to make the playoffs, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I just personally do not see this team making the playoffs, like I already said. But it's just, I always do say that I would like to see all the Canadian teams make the playoffs, because I just think it's a better world when the Canadian teams make the playoffs. I really do. I think that it just makes more sense. They are more passionate. They love, not that there's not a passionate American sports franchise. I know that the Ottawa Senators have struggled a little bit with attendance and things like that, and I get that, but I don't know. I mean, it's tough to see franchises like Ottawa and Buffalo just constantly in the doldrums of the Atlantic Division and just not competitive at all. I mean, you see, the Leafs, Tampa, you see the Bostons, you see Florida, who, by the way, Florida is looking back on track. They looked really good against the Leafs, really, really good defensive hockey club. They know what they're doing. And, you just want to see the Ottawa Senators make the playoffs. Like, make the playoffs. Like, you have to do it. I mean, I remember not that long ago, their GM was talking about, we're going to make the playoffs. We're going to rebuild really quickly. And that turns out not to be true. I think they just need to stop making silly decisions and committing to players that haven't proven to even fit in their system. But yes, Marcus Pettersson would be a fantastic get. I mean, I think he's only getting like $4 or $5 million either. And he plays big minutes. Like, it is possible that he could help them over the top, right? Anyways, I am going to leave this video there. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I would appreciate it. And have a great day, guys. Goodbye.